Do you feel like you're trying to get ahead of your finances, but you're constantly just hitting these crossroads where you just really don't know what decision to make? Honestly, finances can be very difficult at times. It'll be even more difficult if we just understand none of the basics. Hi there, my name's Zachary Lee, and today we're going to be covering what is financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability to understand and interpret financial information and use that to make informed decisions. What is the right way to handle my money? Where should my money go? How should my money be working for me? And what does that even mean? With that being said, I want to encourage you to take the time to learn all of these basics and to really understand what it means to put your money to work. Financial literacy can be broken down into three core components: knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Obviously, knowledge is going to refer to what you know. So that's going to be basics of budgeting, basics of investing, and basics of saving. So a huge topic within financial literacy is going to be net worth. Net worth is going to be all of your assets minus all of your expenses. If you own a car that's worth $10,000, yet you owe $5,000 on that car, you're only worth $5,000. Now, to maintain a healthy net worth, you really should be living beneath your financial means. I'm going to introduce you to something called budgeting. A lot of people say, hey, I know how to budget, I know how to plan my life, but do you really? A budget is when you measure both your income and your expenses, and you create something that reflects both the way you want to live and how you can live. By tracking your rent, bills, mortgage payment, it gives you the ability to control the difference between your income and your expenses. This difference is what builds wealth over time. When you're building a budget, focus on how you want to live versus the bottom line. A lot of the times people will sit here and they'll cut out this, they'll cut out that. You're really missing the big picture here. Core expenses are going to be what's really deducting your income. The hardest part about setting a budget is going to be sticking to it. If you start cutting out every single thing that you enjoy in your life, do you really think you're going to stick to that budget? At the same time, your budget needs to work for you. How should I budget? Take a look at the things that maybe they're not really integrating into your life as well as you'd like them to, and you really don't care about them. If you're not enjoying the money that you're spending on it, get rid of it. If you found a way to live a life that you genuinely enjoy while budgeting, please comment how you did it below. There's tons of people who'd love to hear it. Saving is a really important financial tool. At the same time, it could be costing you tons of money. Everyone should aim to have about a month of expenses covered. If you're able to cover up to 6 months of expenses in your savings account, that's really what we recommend. But at the same time, if you have millions and millions of dollars just sitting in your savings account, if you're not planning to use that by an asset in the future, you're really wasting the potential value. That's where investing comes in. Investing is a way to use excess capital, for example, that $1 million that you have saved up in the bank, and apply it to something that's going to make you more money. When you're putting your money to work, there are various numbers of returns you can get. Most of the time, I'll aim for at least higher than 7%. Keep in mind that the higher percentage return you have, the better you're going to do financially over time. Now, I hear a lot of people say investments carry risk. Why would I want to invest in something if I don't know I'm going to get my money back? Inflation absolutely devastates savings accounts, especially once they start reaching rates of 7, 8, even 9%. If you're only getting 3% back on your money, you're losing 6% of your purchasing power each year. And that's why I highly encourage investing. Investing can generate anywhere from around 7% up to around 50% if you're doing an active investment reliably. Now, you see all these people that are getting 1,000, 2,000, up to, whatever, infinity percent return. Let me ask you something. Do you understand what is driving up the value of your asset that you've purchased? Speculating is buying something just based on what you feel like. If you bought Bitcoin because, Bitcoin always goes up, that is what speculating is. Skills are developed. So if you're not investing, you're not building a budget, you're not saving, you're never going to acquire these skills. However, as you build your skills, you'll find that your confidence will continue to increase. Finally, attitude is going to be your relationship with money. How do you feel about money? Do you love money? Do you hate money? Do you need money? All of these factors influence how you treat money in your day-to-day life. With all this being said, it's really, really important to take advantage of all the financial opportunities that you have related to finance so you can begin to understand what it's like to be smart with your money. So now that I know all this, when should I save? When should I invest? And when should I make a budget? I recommend the first thing you do is to go make a budget right now. If you don't have a budget, you don't have control over your financial life, just make sure that you're making a budget that works for you and that you'll actually follow it. If you're not sticking to your budget, just throw it away. Why are you even watching this video? Secondly, savings will be generated from your budget. The difference between your income and your spending is what you're going to have overall from savings. Now, once you have about 1 to 6 months of savings, start transferring it into investments. Now, ultimately, that is the end game. Once you have enough investments to pay for everything, go to the Bahamas. As long as your expenses are covered, you're fine, honestly. So over time, that $100 that you saved, when you put it away and you invest it, and when you've built your budget and when you've got everything lined out financially, it's going to be worth more now than if you were to do it 5-10 years down the road. So what are the benefits of financial literacy? By understanding your expenses and your finances, it allows you to make smarter decisions with your money. Where's your money really going, and are you happy with where your money's going? It can allow you to really avoid a lot of the negative effects associated with spending money the wrong way. And it can also scoop you up some amazing deals. For example, if you know about interest rates, then you know that at one point, probably about 2 years ago, they were at the lowest they've ever been. And if you manage to get an interest rate then versus an interest rate now, well, let's just say if you had a $100,000 loan, this is how much you would have saved over 30 years. Yeah, that's a big deal. The number one best way, right here, secret insider tip, to improve your financial literacy is to, boom, read. When you start to read on topics such as investing, savings, budgeting, you gain knowledge, and you can use that knowledge and apply it to your life. Once you take that action and you apply this knowledge to your life, you'll start to see the results. Right now, actually, on our newsletter, we've released tons of free financial information. So if you're really looking for a great place to start, check that out. Link's going to be in the description. Or check out blogs. Blogs is another great way of finding free financial information. Any way you can get your information and it's free, what does it hurt? I mean, reading is the number one way to learn. And if you don't learn, you're never going to improve. Another great way to increase your financial education is going to be through practice. But you may be asking me, Zach, how am I going to practice my financial education if I have no money? Simulations are a great way to try to learn and try to improve your strategies and skills. I mean, if you make a mistake with $10,000 that's not real, open up the next simulation and try again. That's the whole point of the simulation. Investopedia has a really great simulator, and also MarketWatch has another really great simulator. I've personally used the MarketWatch platform, and that's how I built up a bunch of my knowledge about investing. I just put in fake money and see what happens. Finally, one of the most important parts, you need to find mentors who are going to point you in the right direction. There are tons of people out there who are encouraging things like speculation, so make sure you're finding individuals who are genuinely trustworthy, have a good rapport, and using your own judgment about financial information that you've learned from reading. Is what they're telling me correct? Should what this person's saying have any value over what I know? If you're just beginning your journey on financial literacy, don't stop. Keep going.